Jack and Ruby, so great to see you guys again.
Great to see you too, Isaac. Thanks for having us, man.
I'm so happy we're hearing new music from you guys, and we will chat about the new single in just a second. But first of all, I want you guys to think about how differently you both experience these songs that you've released. Like, is there a track that secretly means one thing to Jack and something completely different to Ruby, and you guys have just never corrected each other?
I think sometimes, especially when we're writing the songs, sometimes I'll think a verse or a lyric is about one thing, and then as we start talking, Ruby will be like, "Oh, I see this like totally differently. I thought we were writing like about this kind of things, especially when it's like, um, something that's like personal or something about, Ruby, something like that. I'll be writing thinking this and this, and then she'll be like, oh no, I actually think this about that. So that's when it'll happen. Sometimes we'll like when we're writing, especially, it'll be like I'm thinking this, Ruby's thinking this, and then but
Or
we
Jack
always
will
end up
come
coming
up
to
with like a story for a song or whatever, and I'll like not know the story and just hear the lyric and think it's one thing, and Jack was
that
be
happens a
like,
lot. That happens a
"Oh,
lot.
that's not what I was talking about
Yeah.
at all," but like that's kind of better. Let's do that, or
Yeah.
like vice versa with things. So it's like it's always nice to be able to bounce off each other a little bit too.
Has Jack ever written a lyric, Ruby, that you haven't agreed with?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that happens
all
all
the
the time.
time. All the
Yeah.
time. Like yesterday. Like yesterday.
Really?
All the
No,
time.
yeah,
But like in a
in a good
it's
way.
it's in like a really fun way where it's like she'll be like sometimes we'll be doing something and I'll be like I just know, even I don't have to look at Ruby being like, oh, she doesn't, I know we can,
Not gonna like
she's not
shit.
gonna like this. I know she thinks we can do better than that or something like that. So,
Constructive
but it keeps
feedback
it
in a good
fun.
way. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Totally.
absolutely.
Um,
And she's my sister, so it's
You get to have that little extra bit of honesty.
totally. I
yeah,
love how your dad is a big inspiration for you both. I remember you saying
absolutely.
last time we spoke that your dad went from playing in
Yes.
a Melbourne cover band to building a
Yes.
studio
Yes.
in their house. And not many kids grow up with bands literally walking through their backyard to get to a studio. Their dad built. So I can imagine that would have been really, really cool. But I'd love to know when those bands would leave and you jump on their instruments. Do you remember the first time one of you played something that made the other go, hang on, that actually sounded really good. Do it again.
Good question.
But that's a great question. I think I just remember always us being our like the back door kind of looks right down to like the garage kind of where the studio so you can see them coming in. So I think just being able to go out there and be on the instruments was just the like the best feeling in the world. It was like nothing could top that when if I knew that the drummer was leaving their drum kit overnight and stuff like that, or guitars were leaving their guitars, and Dad would let us go and be like, "Don't move anything, but you're allowed to play on the piano and this and stuff as long as you play like don't move anything." It was always just such a great feeling to play together.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of I'm sure there was at points where we started like kind of it turned into jamming, so almost writing and being like, oh, that's
I
like you're
remember
saying, that's
probably
kind of
maybe
cool.
like you were like maybe 4 or 5, and I was like 8 or 9 when we like would like make up like little songs or
Yeah.
stuff together. Um, that was probably like the earliest of like trying to write, and they would have been like tragically awful songs as well, but like the start of like writing stuff together
Now, every
when we were
band
like really young.
has that moment where they stop just hearing music and they start
Yeah,
studying it. And I know
yeah,
your house was basically like a Beatles shrine. You know, you had albums and lyrics all over the
that's
wall.
correct.
Can
Yeah.
That's
you
correct.
remember a moment where a Beatles song was playing and for the very first
Mhm.
time you guys listened like writers?
Yeah, wow, that's great questions, man.
Appreciate
Great
that, mate.
questions. I I I do remember us being really into the song "If I Fell," that early Beatles track, and 'cause it's got that like uh really Everly Brothers like harmony the whole time. Um, so that I think that song was when we were like really into like not just like listening for fun, but being like we want to learn that and like why does that feel so good? Even as kids, man, okay, let's
Because that
figure out.
melody feels so good to sing in.
And so we just would like that's this Beatles song we really that's the first one I remember us being really obsessed with and being like we've got to learn it
Studying and learn the
and
harmonies
Yeah.
and
learn the harmony when it goes to the weird chords and those kind of things that you don't even know that you're learning at the time, but you're just like going, oh, that's why it feels so good when it goes to this part, stuff like that. So I think If I Fell for sure is our first. That I think that's probably the first
yeah.
Beatles song that we were just like, okay, there's like something's going on here,
I mean, there's a reason why they're the greatest band of all time and their music's lived
That's
on.
right.
That's it.
That's right. That's right.
You
Definitely agree.
guys have released your new track. It's called Tell Me
Mhm.
I'm Wrong. My goodness, what a way to return, guys. Congratulations.
Thank
Thanks so much. Thanks
you.
for checking it out, man.
Yeah.
It is about catching real, undeniable feelings for someone you probably shouldn't want and living in that conflicted space between resisting it and giving in. So I am curious if each of you had to say who the you is in this song without naming names, would your
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
descriptions match, or are you secretly singing to slightly different people?
I think with a lot of our songs, sometimes it'll be something Ruby's brought in, sometimes it'll be something that I've brought in, or like, and I think because we also know kind of what's going on in each other's personal lives already before we start to write, it could be something I brought in or something. Then I think while we're writing, Ruby's like can obviously like relate to being like, oh, I've been through this in a similar but different situation as well. So I think we both bring definitely our own personal stuff into the song, which is what makes it just fun to write to get that each other's perspective and stuff like that. But I think we're both pretty have got our own personal like
Yeah.
situations with the
Yeah.
song
Different. Yeah.
with the song for sure.
Is there anyone you deliberately don't send new music to because you know a track like this would open up a whole box you're just not ready to unpack?
Yeah. No. This one's not too much, but there's definitely songs coming out that I'm like, oh, do I really have to post about it? Like,
Yeah.
oh no.
I don't want this person
Everyone's gonna
seeing it.
know what it's about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
No.
There's a line in
So
this song that I love.
Yeah.
You say, I don't trust me to see you this late in the night, which suggests rules you've already broken. I'm not going to name names or point
yeah.
fingers here. But I'd love to know what's the rule you two now have about late night texts or visits because of this situation?
Wow.
I mean,
I've never thought about I haven't thought about that
if it
actually.
doesn't feel like a good idea, you probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah,
No.
that's
That's
right.
easier
Yeah.
said than done.
yeah, that's easy
Right.
said than done for sure.
Um, yeah, we should probably take our own advice, but
That's true.
I'm not going to say I always do.
Yeah. It's always good. You guys have put everything into this upcoming album, every single dollar.
Yeah,
You even played over 200 gigs last year, which I can imagine would have
yeah.
been quite exhausting, but I respect the grind, guys.
Oh,
Oh no, thank you.
thanks, man.
It was
We really wanted to like just if we're gonna do it, like
go all in.
let's go all in.
Go out. Yeah,
Let's go
absolutely.
all in.
Yeah.
So no, it's been cool, man.
And you know, sometimes when you do fight to make something real, the fight changes you too. So I'd love to know
Yeah,
when you do
yeah,
look back at who Jack and Ruby
yeah,
were when you first started making this album, how
yeah.
different are they from the Jack and Ruby we're talking to now?
I feel like we have both grown a lot in the last kind of year, especially doing a lot of it by ourselves as well, kind of like having to like push ourselves and like challenge each other on things more than we ever have in the past. And like, it's nice. It's like such a nice feeling to be like, do you like it? Yep. Do I like it? Yes or no? And then being like, cool, that's it. Like, next step. And I feel like we've definitely had to be like more assertive and make more decisions. And um, yeah, I feel like we've grown a lot by having to do that.
It's
No.
definitely yeah, it's definitely I mean it's definitely been a big growth period for like us both. And I think kind of like Ruby said, it's when you're kind of doing it more on your own, there's good things and then other challenges that come up as well. You've got to be your own person to be like, we've got to hand this in on this date, if we want to put it out on that thing, So there's those kind of challenges having to deal with that. And then I think a lot of it's just us coming back to going like just these new songs, just doing it for when we were reminding ourselves when we were little kids, we're just doing it because we love it. Just because we like to play, we like to write songs and we like to play. And it is easy to forget that exact thing of like
Why are we doing this?
why are we doing this at all? So I think it's that's definitely been the season of just and honestly just trying to have more fun and not worry so much, I think is definitely been what we're trying to do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, it's great,
yeah, man.
especially that you've got each other's backs as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
definitely
Jack and
has.
Ruby, you know how much I appreciate you guys and the music you create. I'm so proud of you both. And honestly, I'm really honored that I get to be even just a tiny part of this chapter. Thank you again for trusting me with your story. And I cannot wait for people to hear this album and fall in love with it. Seriously, thank you again, guys.
Thanks so much,
Thank you,
Isaac. And
Isaac.
thanks for, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, you're on us early doors, man. So we really appreciate it, man. We know you interview a lot of
very
bigger
cool.
artists than us, man. So we appreciate it.